Hello everyone. So today I'm gonna start a new mini series which composed of 3 episodes. So as I go here, a portal will be opened, and if I go through this portal, I will be teleported into that location. I could see through that portal like this, and then I have another portal somewhere here like this, so I can see that place. If I go here, I am going to be teleported into that place. So this is what I am going to do this in this mini series, developing implementing portals. Right, and today I'm going to do the first part of that. Alright, and this episode is sponsored by these generous patrons. Thank you very much for the support you guys are giving me. Alright, so this is a default map I have, nothing else. So let me delete some of these. I don't need this. Right, so first, this is what I am going to do. Let's create a new folder BP, and inside that I'm gonna create portal. Right now, let me save this portal test. Let's create a new blueprint BP portal. Alright, now here so there will be like 2 doors, because 2 planes. One is when I look at it from one side, it should show like I'm looking through a window to another place. So right, to test that, how do we start? Let's add a scene component. I'll call it door 1, and another scene component, or not like that. So under door 1, let's add a plane like this. It should be rotated like this so that I can see that properly. Let's make it larger a little bit. So right, this is door 1. Let's place it here. Oh, it's that way. Okay, right, like this. Now this is my window or door, and through this I should see an alternative place instead of what I have here. So behind here this. So then let me duplicate this door 2. That's plane. Let's name it plane 2. Plane 1. Right. Now for example, I'll put this one like 1000 meters apart. From that. Alright, now let's create a render target, which I'm gonna use to capture the scene from that alternative place. RT portal. Right. And I'm gonna make it same as this usual screen height and width. I'm gonna use like this. Okay, and now I'll add the scene capture component 2D under door 2, and I'm gonna use this RT portal render target for that. So it is like this. Okay, let me make this a little larger. Alright, now we need to render whatever we see through this camera, this scene capture component here on this plane. So right, to test that, let's add few objects. Well, I think this camera should be in the other side. That would be better. No, let's make it okay, 0. Now the camera can see this. Actually, it doesn't have to see this, I just need a reference. Oh, wait, let me undo that, and let's put the camera no, yeah, let's rotate this way, and also this one 0 degrees, so that from through this camera, through this scene capture, this plane will be visible, but that's only for testing. Alright, and also I'll drag and drop another cylinder here. Oh, in that case it is not visible. Alright, let's create another material M2, and let's make it slightly transparent. So that we can see the difference. And let's apply that to this plane too. Right. Okay, now whatever we see, we would see it with a red shade, and I need that to display here. So to quickly demonstrate that, if I create another material portal, and we can use this portal render target texture. Let's make this unlit so that we can clearly see this. And we can apply that material to the plain one. No. M portal. Like this. Now you can see, we can see that it's rotated. But anyway, that's not the way I'm gonna do it, because this is just to show that I get the scene captured through this device here. So right, let me reset it. Now let's say, now let me keep this. So when I look at this portal through some camera, and I should see through this whatever we would see if I look at this window or this door in the same angle. So to test that, let's add another reference here, like camera actor. It should be public. Now let's add a camera to the scene. Like this. And let's set this camera as the reference here, like this. So I'm gonna set the relative location of this scene capture component similar to the transform, the rotation and location relative to this plane of this camera. So how to do that? If we have to do it mathematically, it will involve some transformations. So, but to make it simpler, I'll add another object here, a scene component. I should add it to the one, and I'll call it camera tracker, right? And in the construction script, let's get the camera tracker, and also before that I need to check if I have a valid camera reference. Is valid? If yes, get world transform of the camera and set world transform of this one. Right, then get relay transform of the camera tracker and set, shall we call this portal capture, set relative transform of the portal capture object same as the camera tracker. So we can get the same location and rotation in the relative space to the capture component. Right, now we have set it like this, and let's go here and pilot this camera. If I change the angle, I'm looking at this like this. And if I compile this once here, it's not get executed. Why? Ah, yeah, it does. Well, it does work, but that's not the direction I want it to be. And also, let's rotate this door one. That's not the way it's supposed to look. Right, now the orientation is correct, but the camera should be wait, is it correct? Not correct. Oh, what's happening? Alright, sorry. I should rotate the plane. Not the door one component. Right, I think it's alright. Okay. Okay. But still we have a problem. Let me stop piloting that camera. I'm looking at this plane in this direction. Is that the way I want it to be? Alright, okay, then we can do this. Let's rotate door to this way, and then here the plane to like this. Okay, now we can, it's easier for us to think. Right, so if I compile, this has been updated, but it's not quite right the way we see this. Well, to test that, actually we can do a small trick. So the problem is, if I render what I see through here into this screen, if the field of view and everything is correct, then this red square should perfectly fit into this square. Then only we will see all the proportions correctly, so it will look realistic. So instead of rendering the captured texture onto this one, let's try another approach. So I'm gonna select the plane one, and I'm gonna reset this to basic material, default material. Then I'm going to render this in custom depth pass. I'm gonna render custom depth pass for the plane one. So if you go here and in the buffer visualization, if I show custom depth, it will be visible like this. Alright, Now let's go here and create another post process material. Let's call it pp portal, and I'm going to change the material domain to post process, and then scene texture post process input. If I directly put it here, I will get whatever I have in the scene texture buffer like this. So if we don't have a post process material, let's add one, and let's make this infinite extent or unbound so that it will be applied everywhere. And let's use this portal post process material here, and as you can see, there is no difference. If I change, right, if I let me duplicate this and get custom depth, print, it's all white, and here also it's all white. Yeah, that's because I think we get values larger than 1. So let me, can I break component mask, let's get only R, and let's divide this by a value like right, since this is depth, I guess we should definitely get values larger than 1. So let's divide this by something like 10,000 and clamp this between 0 and 1. Right, now we have that the plane one which I render in custom depth in black. So using that, now we also have the final image here which I get through the usual camera, and then I'm going to drag and drop the portal render target here, and then we can lerp this using this one as the alpha between the scene color. Okay, maybe this will work. Right. Okay, now you can see here what happens here is this. Through this plane where the plane 1 or the door 1 was, I see what I see through this camera. That's what happens here. So to demonstrate that, yeah, that's what happens here. But still it is not, it doesn't look like a portal. If I pilot this camera and if I compile this to update, now you can see this is what I see if, let me eject, if I was here. Is that clear to you? I think that's clear to you. Right, to test that, let me do a simple, set up a simple scene like this. Let's add a cube that has the same width like this, so we can easy to test. It is easier to test. Let me disable the process for now because it's confusing. Right, now let's add a cone that looks like this. Okay, and I'll make it a child of this cube, so it will move with that. Now let's add some special material. I'll add this one here, and let's duplicate, alt and drag, and place the same thing behind this portal as well. Yes, it has the same, yeah, it's same as this one, same as here. Right, now here I'll change the material into something else. Let's use this sand material. Okay, and now I'll re-enable the post process material. Right, now let's pilot the camera, and as you can see here, now we see this, now we see this object without this object with this metal like material here, and through here we see the sand. It's not very clear because of the red, but if I decrease, set this to 0, right, now it's still not clear, a little bit dark, but that's okay now. But I think it's clear what I'm trying to say here. So we see, just like we look at here through that window from this place. So right, now using this one, I'm going to extend this system to use the player camera, and then instead of this piloted camera, so that we can see in real time when player move around this object, we can see the other end without we can see the other end, right? And after that maybe teleporting through that and going somewhere else, but yeah, I'll do that in the next episode. Right, and the project files will be available through the Patreon page. You can download it here, and if you like to support my work, you can get the membership of the Patreon club. The link would be in the description below, and thanks for watching. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.